The Lady in the Van is directed by Nicholas Heitner. It stars Maggie Smith and Alex Jennings and is the weird, quirky comedy that is super British and for super old people. This is a movie that the trailers had me somewhat interested in seeing. It looked like a very low budget, very British type of humor movie, and that's exactly what this movie is. It's a very odd story, and it's a movie that is mostly true, as they say, and I feel like this is a kind of movie that hearing the story, the true life story, might be more interesting than the movie that they portrayed, because the movie overall is somewhat boring. Nothing really all that eventful happens in it, and it's cool because there's some quirky characters in there. Alex Jennings, he's mostly the main character. Maggie Smith plays the lady in the van, and you follow her all around. But it's mostly the guy's story, and it's told through his eyes. And he's a writer. He's like a screenplay writer. He's a screenwriter. Jeez. And he writes all these stories about his mom, and then there's parallels with him and his mom, and then the lady in the van. So he writes about the lady in the van, and it turns into this whole story, and that's what the movie's about. And it's a true life story. And the thing is, I feel like it would have been more interesting just hearing, his story and just hearing it from him, or seeing a play about it. I think this story is better for that kind of that kind of setting, because as a movie, there's just not that much there, and it really kind of let me down because the trailers looked pretty funny. It looked like it would have had some pretty funny moments in there, and there was a few moments or two that were some laughable, some comical things, and there was definitely some quirkiness. The movie's very quirky. It has a very distinctive kind of style. The director, I thought, did a good job, but there's just not much to the story, so it's kind of boring, and it really lasts a long time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's a movie that I was looking forward to see. It had some quirky characters. All the acting was really good. Maggie Smith does a good job of being this crazy old lady in the van. The main guy, Alex Jennings, he does a really good job of portraying this just boring character, but he makes some funny quips along the way. And yeah, I mean, that's it pretty much. The movie, it has boring characters and it has a boring story, but you're still drawn into the craziness of it all, and you follow along, and it's not awful to watch, but it's definitely a movie that is for older people. Younger people won't like this movie because, number one, it's super long and boring, and number two, nothing really happens, and number three, it's more about life, and all the people that were in my theater were older people, and I could understand that they would want to see this kind of thing. I'm not sure if they liked it or not, because overall for me, I was a little bit just let down because it wasn't all that funny, and I expected it to be a little bit funnier. I liked the story okay, it was alright, but it was just so boring and drawn out that overall I ended up kind of not liking it too much. It wasn't an awful movie, it was well made, the acting was good, the directing was good, it was a good looking movie, it had a cool style to it, it was really quirky, but overall it was just kind of boring. So that's The Lady in the Van. That's it. I'm going to have to go 2.5 out of 5 for The Lady in the Van. It gets just the thumbs down over the thumbs up just because it's really not meant for me. It's really just an older, mature comedy that's not all that funny. And it's kind of boring. And it's super British. Super British, super long, super boring. And that's it. That's my review. Nobody even knows about this movie. This is a very small movie, so if you see it, hey, let me know what you thought. I'm curious. I thought it was okay. A little bit let down. I thought it'd be a little funnier, but hey, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this and you want to see more reviews from a guy like me, you could subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.